So welcome to all of you. Thank you so much on behalf of IJR and Answer and DAC and everyone that's funded this and put time into this. Thank you to all the schools and the regions that participated. I know it was a hectic morning, we had a hectic start, but we're here. And we're so glad to be here with you. So thank you so much. I think the most important part of our gathering at Robben Island is this very time that we're going to spend together, to see what you've worked so hard on, since July, and all the wonderful pieces that you presented. I've seen some of the artwork, and so we are looking forward to what you have to offer us today. And so as good hosts, we are going to give our visitors the opportunity to go first and to do your pieces first, and to just welcome everybody from PE. How did you experience the day so far? 1 or 2 people? Are you glad to be on Robben Island? I can't hear you. Are you glad? Are you glad? Yes. Sound like you glad? Are you glad? Yes. We're glad. And we want to say thank you to Robben Island for the opportunity and the privilege. You know how many people wanted to come with us and say, can I book on Robben Island? No, we are the privileged few. So now we can also feel what it's like to be privileged. So that's great. And so we're very thankful to Robben Island for hosting us. So I'm going to hand over to Miss Nikki, and she can maybe take us through the learners of PE, and we'll give you the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's really a privilege to be here with all of you. So thank you so much to the IJR, to every single person that made this possible as well. So just to take you through a little bit of the PE learners' presentations, we'll have 4 presentations. So we have the genres of film, we have a poem, and another one that's it's a monologue, and then another dramatic piece. The 4 schools that we have from Port Elizabeth who will be presenting are Douglas and Mbopa. We have Yomelela from Douglas and Mbopa. And then we have Apelile, and he's from Newtonegg High. Also just throw in that he's just been appointed as the new head boy for 2020, so we're very excited. Yes. And then we also have Yomelela from Douglas and Mbopa, as I mentioned. We have Kieran Butt, we have her from Westville, and she's directed a film. And we also have 3 learners from Pearson High who will be doing a drama this afternoon for us. Of course, the theme is around the reason that we're all here, the human dignity. So I think, without further ado, our learners, are we going to be brave? Yes. Are we going to take the stage first? We're going to set the tone. Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much. May I ask you please to just take your places? Maybe you want to just come and stand by, because it'll just all flow, and we'll just try not to have a break until the end. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Kieran Butt. I will be firstly. The film that we've conducted, basically, or made, won't be able to be shown today, but the synopsis is based on a storyline, a timeline in one night, where we basically show you guys the evolution of cavemen. And it portrays a message of how we as people introduce modernization or into a lifestyle where we are comfortable. So we are going into a technological era where everything we do is based on technology, and it basically describes how fast our lifestyle is going. And in this play, it shows how we are comfortable with the way we are living, but due to the world moving so fast, we slowly have to adapt to these changes. So that is what the film is about. And then, I don't know how to say this. Okay. It is often said that men are born and then they are formed. In the essence of speaking, we are the product of the world we know. With this mind, can it be said that a South African male or female is dignified? As our history has been tattered and torn, how can we say that we know what it means to have dignity as it has never been taught to us. I mean, our parents couldn't have. Their dignity has been stripped off in the most horrific ways. People have acted out onto the misinterpretation of the word, thinking that it means to act accordance, to build a social merit status, or even to feel a sense of belonging. But what is dignity? According to Oxford, dignity is simply just feeling the importance or the worthiness of someone. However, in South Africa, we cannot just say that that is the true meaning of dignity, because we are filled with a diverse nation with 11 official languages and 8 unofficial languages. Dignity is not how we see things, and dignity is not, we do not portray dignity to suit ourselves. But dignity is who you want to be one day. It's the best version you put out of yourself. It is living with honor, respect, and human decency. And each individual here has that potential to influence someone else into being the better person for the future generation. So, yeah, thank you.
They buried my umbilical cord in the soil of Africa. I am rooted in the soil. My heart and soul are African.
Wherever I may go in this world, my thoughts return to the dusty plain,
To the green and brown bushveld.
And the waving long grass.
I hear the distant beat of tribal drums.
It calls to me.
It's the rhythm of Africa.
We are born with it.
We will die with it.
And we will return to be buried with our umbilical cord.
Now, I may join the rhythms of the concrete jungle, speak a foreign language at times on life's journey. But at night, when my soul leaves my body, it dances on red clay and yells of freedom
Space!
and the roar of the lion. But our dignity has been compromised through crime, rape, corruption, hatred, and lack of humanity.
But the inherent seeds have been sown.
We need to dig deep through the grains of African soil. Our roots and our dignity await their regrowth. And our tree of life awaits. No power on this earth can destroy the thirst for human dignity.
Yes. I can still hear those words. Baba Bisanka calling at school days to say, "Oh, kyk hy boetjie, hy's lelik soos sy ma." I would cry like a baby. One of the boys, he bought me a dummy. Each and every day at school when I cried, he put the dummy in my mouth. He said, shh, keep quiet. Keep quiet. I would cry. Kodwa sizwe somzantsi Afrika. Niyayazi na. Excuse me, sir, do you know? Ngabani nalo ulwazi na? Ngubani nalo mntu? Yintoni nalento? Sizwe singumzantsi Afrika ubhidlika usisaphi na? Oh, mhlaba onke Afrika. Yini nasimoshakala kangaka? Ewe kaloku sizivile izithonga kunye nabantu bebonga. Somehow those are things made us stronger, except for the headlines, for the mad lines, for the bad headlines that read hashtag fees must fall, hashtag INC for all, hashtag 2019 panties must fall. Excuse me. Sizwe sethu bomi bethu siza kuqhuqwa ngubanani kwethu. Oh mabethu nana, sincede nawe sombawa kwesinhlungu nakwasintsuma-ntsumane sikuso. Thina ma-Afrika masibambaneni, simanyaneni ngomthandazo omnye. We must be amalgamated, we must be united, we must live strong unto our expectations. Solve these situations. Sike siyeke nathi ukutya izirations. Lithi masizikhuphe emanyaleni. Nawe wethu kodini, yeke nalonsango thina amandla mawabenga wethu. Sizwe somzantsi Afrika. Sizwe mzantsi Afrika.
He sits there under the shop window, against the filthy wall. Long hair, yellow teeth. His body is wrapped in a shawl. Shivering, he stretches out his hand and calls for help. Yet, it's all in vain. A passerby stops and looks at the window. Oh, what a lovely dress, she thinks. But she doesn't care to look down the window. Respect. Fading, fading, fading. It's viciously replaced by selfishness, greed, and unkindness.
Let us be kind.
Let us be generous of spirit.
Let us be selfless.
We are proud Global Dignity Ambassadors.
Hi, I haven't named my poem yet, but I'll name it soon. Okay. I am a woman. I carry my hips with pride as I walk with my head up high. Ain't got time for that negativity by looking side to side. You see, I am a woman. I am a woman. I am an authentic woman. I am enthusiastic, not spastic, but taste like tastic. You see? Je suis une femme. Une femme africaine, une femme extraordinaire. Une femme merveilleuse, une femme de bonheur, une femme très extraordinaire. I am a woman. My gender attracts the types that men are like vultures. They starve for you like a meal, violence against your will, psycho or ill. But I say, lay down your envy, your hatred is rusting. I am the warrior within the navy that you should be trusting, feeling your temper bursting heavy. Psst, I'm chilled and wavy. Because I am a woman. Je suis une femme. My dark skin got Beyonce singing. Brown skin girl. Yes, skin just as pearl. You can't trade me with anybody else. Because I am an African woman. I am a chandelier. I'm stuck to the roof, minding my own business. My brightness so bright, that's my own business. I am your love, blow me those kisses. Cover your eyes, that's your own business. I'm not vicious, I'm delicious. I'm served with juicy acids, curvilicious. Thank you.
We want peace, the money, the change like keys, we want peace. Some people are praying for these. We thank Nelson Mandela for showing us all of these. For showing us all of these. We want peace, the money, the change like keys, we want peace. Some people are praying for these. We thank Nelson Mandela for showing us all of these. We want peace, the money, the change like keys, we want peace. Some people are praying for these. We thank Nelson Mandela for showing us all of these. Look. Free our minds mentally, all free eventually. Life that we chose like an ocean, it just froze. We just confidence, but we never scoping goals. Accumulation, black people, Southern people sold their souls. I know we when I see it, I can tell you what it is. It's like we taking pictures without even saying cheese. We hope you to be free, but we still got no peace. They tell you what they want, and what you think what we need. I couldn't change the world, and I'm sorry to my kids. For I am in pain, and you see how I bleed. For I am in pain, can you see how we bleed? Are we a front page, or do we really lead? Let's take it back to the days when we were all chased. Couldn't go outside even if you had the keys. Pray for better luck while I'm down on my knees. The world will never change, it just stay how it is. White over black, man, it is what it is. Dignity with no peace, like the devil cutting trees. We want peace. We want peace. We want peace. The money, the change like keys. We want peace. Some people are praying for these. We thank Nelson Mandela for showing us all of these. We want peace. We want peace. The money, the change like keys. We want peace. Some people are praying for these. We thank Nelson Mandela for showing us all of these. Question, are we free? Yes, we shaking hands, I think we really make peace, Ask me that I'm free, my homies ain't free, cause they gon' do what we seek, No privacy, everybody needs a privacy. Self-confidence, please don't take that away from me. Please don't take away her dignity, she needs it. Jab me by my skin, after that we say we brothers, Brothers don't judge each other, show me some respect, They act like they know, but deep down they don't know. Violence against women is kind of popular these days. Evaluations taking place, stay tuned, what's about to happen. Stay tuned, what's about to happen. We want that peace. So, thank you.
So, this is my artwork. I chose to make this artwork a completely dark one. It's basically the opposite of what everyone else is doing, showing what dignity is, and my artwork represents the loss of dignity. So in this piece, we see a girl lying in a field, and she's surrounded by bones of those before her. She was raped and sexually assaulted, and she was abandoned here in this field. Her blood is splattered all over the ground and on the flowers, and it sinks into the soil. This stains the ground permanently, causing it to be a crime scene. A crime scene that we might walk past every day and we don't even know it. My artwork is a symbolism of how sick this world has become and how sick men have become. Yeah, thank you.
Hi everybody. Now the song that we wrote and going to perform to you now is called As One, and it's in the title. It's a song about people uniting and mankind just uniting as one, no matter the race, the religion, the language, the culture, nothing. Like he said, we're all one race. We're a human race, and this is what the song is about: equality and dignity for all humans. Thank you.
So ek glo menswaardigheid is om sterk te staan in die gesig van teenspoed en om te staan waarin jy glo en ook om 'n voorbeeld te stel deur jou woorde en dade. En ek het die projek het na in my hart gelê omdat ek glo dat elke persoon die reg het om met waardigheid behandel te word. So die fokuspunt van die kunswerk lê in die oë van die vrou wat die wêreld met waardigheid en selfrespek in die oë kyk en sy trots word vasgevang in die kunswerk en sy is trots op haar geslag en ek glo ook dat soos vrouens en mans moet dieselfde geleenthede hê en dieselfde behandel word en hanteer word. En dan ook die verskillende kleure op haar vel stel nie net die reënboognasie van Suid-Afrika voor nie, maar ook oor die hele wêreld. En swart, wit of bruin definieer nie wie jy is nie. Ek glo dat dit is soos 'n oogkleur. Dit maak jou anders, maar dit moenie jou laat ander mense anders behandel deur hoe hulle lyk van hulle velkleur nie. En dan ook haar kleure, jou kleure bepaal nie jou status nie. Jy kan dra wat jy wil, maar tog moet jy selfrespek of jy respek hê vir jou liggaam. En wat jy dra bepaal nie wie jy is nie, maar eerder die innerlike waardes wat jy dra. En dan ook die swart, die rooi en groen. Ek het dis 'n komplementêre kleure. Ek het eenheid, maar ook kontras probeer skep deur om te wys dat ons as diverse mense kan ons steeds 'n eenheid vorm. En dan die collage op hare of nee, die verskillende haarstyle van almal stel voor dat Suid-Afrika verskillende kulture het en ons moet nog steeds mekaar se kulture respekteer en so die collage hare stel ook voor dat ons 'n volwasse uitkyk oor lewe moet hê en oor hoe mense te behandel met waardigheid wat jonk of oud is, ryk of arm, gestremd of nie gestremd en siek of gesond. Ja.
Ninajivunia kuwa Mkongomani na ninastahili kutibiwa kwa heshima. Ninajivunia kutoka Kongo, nchi ambayo heshima imekataliwa kwa nguvu. I am delighted to be a Congolese and I am proud to come from Congo. I am worthy to be treated with dignity. I am proud to come from Congo, a country where dignity was forcefully denied. A place where in a blink of an eye, my home was destroyed brutally and my people's bodies, especially those of my dear mothers and children, were lying around lifeless, dead. To abscond from my life with the fear that a bullet could be shot at me, but with hope in my heart that I will make it out of this war alive. To run in ponds of blood with my heart bleeding from the pain of my innocent eyes witnessing dead bodies lying around me like a beach filled with sand. I am a native of a place where young girls and women are victimized daily of rape, murder, human trafficking, kidnapping, and abuse, frightened to run daily errands such as grocery shoppings or going to do their nails, always having to be on alert, even inside their homes, where women are referred to as inferior, persistently underestimated, and are mostly invisible, merely not being taken into consideration, constantly being exploited and are overlooked at. A region where a woman's voice is denied the platform to be heard, where dignity does not apply to the female gender. But here I am. I found myself living in South Africa as an asylum seeker for more than a decade, standing in long queues, hoping for my identification papers to be renewed, but repeatedly being told to come back the following day or to return after 6 months. Trying to find comfort in this beautiful land, Mzansi, being referred to as a number, just a CTR number. Mzansi, a country where dignity is protected by the law. Everybody deserves to be valued and respected for who they are, what they believe in, and how they choose to lead their lives, irrespective of whether they are male or female, young or old, rich or poor, we are ought to live a dignified life. Heshima, utukumbatie umoja wetu katika ufahuti. Heshima, unikumbatie kwa uzuri na adra, au, mimi hubeba. Dignity, embrace us for our unity in diversity. Oh, dignity, embrace me for the rare beauty that I bear. Thank you.
Hi. So this artwork is titled The Garden of Empathy. So I chose to draw a garden in an overwhelmingly filled one. The purpose of that is to represent it as earth in its overwhelming factor. In the garden there's a tombstone here. It reads, "Rest in peace, Dignity," which is to show that dignity has died in many people, but was respectfully buried by the people whose dignity remains, which is why these two people are sitting here. They're mourning their good friend Dignity. Their bodies are covered in bruises to show that their lives have been tough and they've been abused. The mother's facial expression is one of calmness, showing that she has self-acceptance. She knows that she, along with her child, is worthy of respect and honor. I titled the artwork The Garden of Empathy because a lot of people in this world can understand and relate and share their feelings of dignity being lost with one another. That's all.
Miss Letty.
Gaan weg.
Pardon?
Go away. Vat jou goed en trek. Ek soek jou nie hier nie. Jy's 'n niks werd wat net plantjies kan nat gooi.
Miss Letty, I am just
Wat?
here to...
Gaan jy my aanrand? My beroof? My vermoor? Ek weet wat jou soort doen. Weet net jy sal nie daarmee wegkom nie, hoor? Die duiwel sal jou kom haal.
Mevrou,
gaan jy my aankla van rasisme? Want julle mense het mos deesdae human rights. Dis belaglik dat 'n niks werd lyk soos jy kan wegkom met alles net omdat hy menseregte het. Gaan nie eens meer tronk toe as jy moet nie. Hierdie land, my land, is besig om uitmekaar uit te val as gevolg van mense soos jy.
mevrou, bedaar asseblief. Ek wil mevrou geensins skade aanrig. Ek is net hier om te help.
Maak nou vir wolf skaapwagter. Ek is nie dom nie. Jou soort het my al te veel bedrieg.
Dink mevrou is 'n bietjie drasties hier.
Bietjie drasties. Weet jy, meneertjie, my oorlee man is voor my eie oë in my eie slaapkamer doodgeskiet deur iemand soos jy. Ek dink nie ek is 'n bietjie drasties nie. Ek is net nie bereid om weer 'n kans te waag nie. Hierdie jong mense, hulle verstaan nie. Ek was gebreek, my lewe is verwoes. En wat wil hulle hê moet ek doen? Jou met oop arms verwelkom. Gee pad jou niks werd.
Typies. Wat het ek gedink? En dit sou beter gaan. Dat sy vir my met oop arms sou verwelkom. Dalk is ek maar net wat sy gesê het. 'n Niks weer. Net 'n skoolie wat nêrens gaan kom nie. Dalk moet ek terug aan strate toe. 'n Gang join. Dis al wat ek kan doen. Maak nie saak wat ek doen nie. Ek is goed genoeg nie.
Dignity and pride. Two little things we say. Yet we each and every single one of us seem to expect it every single day. When you're feeling low, with little self-esteem, those few words can be very elusive, if you know what I mean. When you help me through my day, and we're working side by side, with your friendly help and caring smile, I know that you will help me with my dignity and pride. So when you're helping others, as we do day by day, always be supportive in the things you do and say. From all our tasks to service workers working side by side,
Always remember, they carry dignity and pride.
Mevrou, kan ons nou nie so met my wil praat nie. Ek is ook 'n mens, ek het ook gevoelens.
Jy verstaan nie, jy het nie idee waar die rekkel is nie.
Maar mevrou, almal van ons is mos nou nie dieselfde nie.
Brendan, gaan maak asseblief vir ons tee.
Ek eet ook, mevrou.
Kom sit maar. Kyk maar 'n bietjie binnelanders op met my. Skakel net gou die televisie aan.
Mevrou, hy polisie is ons vaak. Hy vat aan al die gejaag.
Brendan.
Ai, mevrou.
Ai,
I was also rap about dignity. I had to do some research. I didn't know what the word mean. I had to make a cool verse, but then I had to realize this, and it was quite absurd because I'm a 16-year-old kid. How do I not know the meaning of the word? Damn, I felt disgusting because it was hard to discuss. Something started me, I was fasting, I became frustrated. But anyway, I dig a little more until I thought, with my dignity, does this really matter to me? Am I worthy? Because to talk of something I don't know. That's was the only decision I knew, so I don't know. As my thoughts wanna question my life. Why do I understand others to treat me in a way that's not right? Do I think that this is right? How do I see myself? How do you see yourself? So I'm taking full responsibilities with the small stuff and be a great pillar of strength, full dignity. As I jump out my thoughts into my attitude, I knew this because what I like I have it, but I don't got it off it, but I don't give it. Why it's gotta be like that? Little did I know kindness is the hardest thing to give away. It keeps on coming back to the giver. Knowing what is power, why not be a hero? I don't know of the struggle, but I know of the hustle. It's a social space thing that had me making moves. With a couple hard times, now I'm older and I know where the ball lies. I'm talking 7 pillars when I'm talking dignity. This is all dignity, no doubt. I'm talking 7 pillars when I'm talking dignity. This is all dignity, no. Respect is your dignity. Just to put it simple, self-worth is your dignity. Just to put it simple, just cause I don't know you doesn't mean I can't hold you. I want you to have the best and I want you to succeed. Stay in a tree. Why live when you can grow? Let me tell you everything is just contagious. If you pass the box, you're basically a circle. Both others can have the comments up. You don't have to disagree to agree. Find common ground, you'll see the common things. There's so much I can do, but you really do the most. Don't brag about your achievements and goals. There ain't no I ain't but together everyone achieves more. If you ain't got no dignity, that's bad energy. And I can do a negativity, but I part of call a friend of mine. Cause I know it's just a matter of time to speak your words, because that's what dignity is. Respect others, cause you never truly know the struggle. They say easy come, easy go, but respect you can last on the long run. Everybody's chasing a dream, I'm chasing a lifestyle. I come from a place where people don't have a full smile, but I made the best of it. I wouldn't second guess it, I'd invest in it. It's our resolution to do the right thing, cause I only see me as a little kid dreaming big. While there's an example, you gotta follow the method to find your own answer. I'm telling you, this is all dignity, no doubt.
So we went around listening to these young, talented, beautiful individuals, and every time I end up crying, just like today. I'm so proud, and even through, if it was that we allowed young people to think about what dignity means. Sometimes, like Jaden said, I'm 16, I don't know what this word means. And it's because we're always trying to, like you say, it's a hustle. We're just trying to live life. We're just trying to do the best for ourselves. And sometimes we also we want to do good, but we don't do good. We do the things we don't want to do. And so that came through for me. But if I just think that through this project, in the short time, there's so many young individuals that got to tell their stories. that, through their song, tell their life story that's really, really touching, that just shows how people's dignity and their very basic human right is stripped from them every single day. And, sometimes we don't think about that often enough. What does it mean to dignify someone? And all of you brought that through today. It's to value yourself, to love yourself, and then to love others and reach out to others and be kind to others, like you guys said, So if we got you thinking about that, let that be the start. And, there were a few of you that said that we are ambassadors for this in the things that we do. Like the band, they go around and they go and sing about anti-discrimination. So it's a lifestyle, like you said. And so let this be a start of a journey for each one of you where you see how you can dignify someone. I think the fact that today that we could speak so many languages, that we just allow people to speak in the language that they are comfortable with, and even if it's just to say that you are valuable and to affirm somebody every day. You are beautiful. You have such a lovely voice. Thank you for the contribution that you brought today. How do we every day just say a word of encouragement to somebody instead of saying, oh, look what she's wearing today. No, you are beautiful, And so I've made an effort to just when I pass somebody and I'm genuine in it and I say, you are beautiful. I love your hair. I love your outfit. You guys are strong. And use that for the right reasons. And so, yes, let us affirm each other every day, and that is how we dignify people. Tomorrow we will speak a little bit more about, so those people that don't feel dignified, how can we be ambassadors? How can we be agents of change? And so today it came out very clear from all the song and the dance and the poetry, the beautiful words that we hear, that you understand what that means. And now tomorrow it's going to be, so what do we do about that? How can we affect change where we are? So I want to give you an opportunity. Does anybody have any questions or comments for the group that was here? Yes, Esther.
Where I come from, I haven't really been given this opportunity to meet different people. And I also want to say that I behaved in an undignified manner against the disabled people, because when I saw them, I was like, oh, sorry, this is going to offend you, but please don't change the way you think about me. I was like, it's white people. And then it just made me realize that because I live, my life is, you go to school, you meet people in school, and then you go back home and you go like that, and then you go to church. I don't really realize that elsewhere there's other people also there, and then the places we think are so privileged and only like a certain race, there's actually, what can I say? What's it called? Mixed races, if I can say that, if you understand what I say. So I want to apologize for prejudging and without knowing. I'm so sorry. I hope you're not going to hold that against me. And another thing is I want to thank everybody for allowing me as a community, not here for because I'm sort of asking people to actually be here. It's a really big thing for me. Thank you.
Thank you for that word of honesty. That's really a brave thing to do, to really stand up and apologize. And so I'm sure they appreciate that. And thank you. We appreciate your honesty. And I just hope that this experience, and as you interact with more white people, that your perceptions will change. Because you can see we are all people having, lots of things in common. Even in our diversity, there are so many things we have in common. And so out of this interaction, interaction will also just broaden that view. So that's great. Thank you. Any other comments?
If I may, thank you. Mine is very simple. It's just a thank you for the opportunity that I think I've been presented, by all of you, coming together. It shows us that there are avenues or platforms, right, where people can engage similarly, to this, especially as a nation in South Africa, where we can express ourselves with different forms of the way in which we express ourselves, through the spoken word, through the visual performances, right? In order to give meaning to what you interpret, as something, so to be heard, and I think that talks a lot to them being dignified. So I'm very thankful, for giving me the opportunity to be among such. So now I'm taking something out, going home, and I'm hopefully going to, talk to other people about it. So.
Thank you. A secret, Reggie, we definitely cannot leave you out, because without Reggie we wouldn't be here, right? So Reggie makes sure that people get paid and things get done and things happen. So thank you, Reggie. We can't do this without you. So are there any other comments?
I find saying thank you is a form of dignity, and I would just love to say thank you to everyone. And without anybody here, this program wouldn't happen. And I would just leave everyone with a quote that says, that I wake up every morning to. It says, I've always realized why somebody didn't do anything about it. Then I realized I am somebody. So it starts by you.
Absolutely.
I was sitting here and I was looking at all the different things, the rap, the artwork, the poem, the speech, everything, and I'm just like, nothing was bad. There wasn't anything that was like amateur or mediocre or meh, there was nothing. It was all so good, and it was just such a display of talent. So I just want to say, you guys were all so good, and like Esther, your story nearly brought me to tears because I know people that struggle with that. So yeah, thank you for sharing that. So yeah, I just want to say that.
I was just brought onto the project and it was led by Mr. Zinn and Mr. Matembo. So I know that there were 10 schools from the Eastern Cape that all took part in the competition and all were encouraged to present dignity in the different genres. And of course the visual art was one of them. So Mr. Matembo, if I could please ask you, because I know you collected and interacted with the schools on this level.
We Nelson Mandela District, and the university has got a CANRAD, Center for the Advancement of Non-Racialism and Democracy, and Mr. Zinn is the director there. And the university was contacted by, I think, as the partners. So we then, we have a close working collaboration with the university. And Alan explained to me what this was about, and we then selected 10 schools. All 10 schools came on board, and we explained what it is about, how dignity can be promoted, enhanced, and schools got to work. And we really had buy-in from all our 10 participating schools. And then it culminated with a district dignity day on the 18th of September, where all 10 participating schools displayed their understanding of dignity through visual art, through the video that videos were also presented, drama, all the different genres. And then we, on the basis of the criteria you had, and we developed further, we selected the representatives. The artwork comes from not all 10 schools, but for instance, Pearson, that's got an art department. You will see, and I mean, Jacinta will, and Nikki, that's obviously more, know about artwork. We will, but we also, and this is one of the things we want to promote, in the Eastern Cape, other than the former Model C schools, there's not one school that offers visual art after grade 10, after grade 9. And this again confirmed to me that all we know at all schools there's lighties that can draw, and they grab the opportunity. We, bought some paint, and, Ellen was, really, I drove it from the office, but Nikki came on board late, but because of her background in all kinds of things, we managed to put this together. So these artworks come from, I think, 5 of the 10 schools submitted, and for the schools that don't offer art, we got community artists to assist them. Okay?
Thanks. Firstly, every learner was asked to write their own definition for dignity on a piece of paper. And secondly, they were asked to do a visual representation of dignity. And those things form part of a big mural at our school. So it's still up on one of our walls now. So every single learner is represented on that wall. And then we took those definitions in their own handwriting and we used it as a background for our dignity artwork. So those are all those background writings on there. So that's a representation of our school community and what they think of dignity.
The message needed to get to a bigger audience than just those that, work on the artworks and the drama, and so they all had, mass participation. There was an element of that.
And I think we can give PE a round of applause.
I'm blown away just by the way you embraced this in your own way. And it's the combination of what we saw here that has made these few hours so amazing. I feel for the learners from Gauteng who can't be here, because imagine how they would have enriched it. But I said to you this morning, the people who are supposed to be here are here. And let me just salute each one of you. Now I know some of you are not comfortable speaking in public. And for some of you this was a stretch. I mean, that in itself is something that you should feel very, very proud of. I also said to you this morning that this is a pilot project this year. And initially we wanted to have it in 4 provinces, we're sitting with 2 provinces. But it's not about how many provinces, it is the message of dignity. So this whole project, even though it was driven by IJR to a large extent, this whole project is an anti-racism network of South Africa project. And the anti-racism network of South Africa is a network of different organizations from across the country in different spheres that have decided to come together and look at the issues that really bedevil our relationships, that bedevil our progress in this country. And I also said to you this morning that we just felt very strongly, and so I personally pushed this quite hard, because this is what it's all about. But what is possible? What is it that we want? What is it that we yearn for? And the way you have portrayed this, absolutely incredible, absolutely incredible. And no single contribution is better than another. They're all equally unique. Some of them touch us a bit more emotionally, but the message remains very strong. This is what it's all about. And you know, we thought tomorrow we're going to ask you, would you like to be Global Dignity Ambassadors? You are that already. You know, you have articulated in your own way. And you know, the great thing about this event also is that every single contribution was celebrated. Now this is different from what's happening in our country. This is different what happened in our cities. Because we don't always make the effort to celebrate each other. And I want you to understand that what you did today is to take a step in a direction that this country can learn from. You know, so, do we have problems? Of course we have problems. Are we concerned about some of those problems? Of course we are concerned about those problems. And so that is important, to show our concern, to speak out when we need to speak out. But at the same time, we need to start looking at, so what do we want? And how do we build that? This is the seed for that kind of thing. Because it's your generation that will have to take over the leadership of this country. It's your generation that will have to show the next generation what it's all about. You see, you have your own motives and your own reasons for doing what you're doing. But without, I suppose, always realizing is that you're actually starting something that will reverberate for a long time. I'm just so encouraged to hear, and the Eastern Cape, let me just also salute you for embracing the spirit of the concept. And I love the fact that every school, you know, was encouraged to have a Global Dignity Day. That is the objective ultimately. And just imagine, now last year, they had 780,000 or 90,000 that celebrated Global Dignity Day across the world. We can do that in one country and double it. Yeah? And so next year, it's going to be a full-out national thing. And hopefully some of you will be involved, because we specifically didn't ask for matrics because they're very busy with all their stuff. But you know, you're going to have to guide the other learners in your school in terms of, now you know, and this is the other thing. We didn't know, you know, what's going to come out. But that wasn't important. What was important was to start this thing. And you have completely blown us away. Completely. And so I would like to ask you to give yourselves a round of applause. And so tomorrow we will be joined by some people from the Department of Arts and Culture. One of them will be the Director for Social Cohesion, and two of them will be people who are known as social cohesion advocates. And I think we need to put our heads together and find a way to showcase something for them tomorrow. Because, you know, this is the kind of show that you must have for a week every night. You know, you have to repeat it. And so it's a pity that we don't have that luxury. So tomorrow they will be here. And so the idea was really to have an hour where you as learners come together and just talk about core values, where to from here. Okay. Because, and we sincerely hope that you've had a good time so far and you will still continue to have a good time, but it's more than just that. What do we do with this? Okay. How do we infuse this into our spheres of influence? And more importantly, how do all of us scale this up? You know, I like scary stuff. I like scary stuff. I spoke at a conference 2 weeks ago. You know what my title was? It scares us, but we're going to do it. And because if you tackle the scary stuff, even if people don't agree with you or understand, if you tackle the scary stuff, the victory is so sweet. Is so sweet. And you tackled something that nobody has done in this country. You've done that. You've tasted the victory. So tomorrow we're going to have that first dialogue where you're going to, amongst yourself, talk about, so where do we take it from here? The adults will have their conversation to look at, so where can we improve and what and so on. And then later in the morning we will have a dialogue. And the seating will be very different tomorrow. We will have a dialogue and we will have a panel. We will probably have one of the social cohesion advocates on the panel. I'd like us to have two learners on the panel, one from the Western Cape, one from the Eastern Cape, and maybe another adult. And I will lead that conversation. So the panel will just give us their views, initial views, but you will interact with them. It's your opportunity to ask these adults also stuff that you always wanted to ask them. But it's all about looking together at how we can make dignity a reality for everybody. And Esther, I'm so glad that this experience could add something to your life. And I'm sure to all of your lives as well. I'm so impressed with just the spirit here amongst you, and above all, you know, what you've presented. Absolutely amazing.